Welcome to Goodman Elementary. We're going to tell you a little bit about our building improvement plan during this presentation. In this presentation, you will learn more about an update on our 1920 goals, the goals that we have set for 20 and 21, and the action steps in order that we are planning to take in order to make those goals happen. Last year, we had a focus on climate and culture. Even through the events of COVID, we have made it a focus to keep teachers' mental well-being on top of what we're looking at, as well as students. We want to continue to make this a focus as we navigate a year of students who are in and out of the classroom and starting this new adventure of virtual learning. Tier 1 instruction and data tracking at the Tier 1 level was a goal of our 1920 school year. With teachers effectively using what we call every student, every standard, we were able to provide more timely interventions with students who were not showing proficiency in specific areas. Our MPI progress from beginning of the year to mid-year was our evidence in determining if our data tracking system was an effective way to intervene at the Tier 2 level. We will carry this goal forward as we incorporate iReady data into our MPI tracking. This slide shows, as we have been keeping data for the last 4 years, that our MPI for both ELA and math were the highest they had been in 4 years, and we're on track to be the highest MAP scores we had had in 4 years in both ELA and math. One of our goals for the 2021 school year is to focus on grit and student data notebooks. We want to model and teach what grit means in order to increase intrinsic motivation within our students. Here's a little bit more about what that looks like here at Goodman Elementary. Tell us about data notebooks at Goodman Elementary.
Okay, I'm super excited to use data notebooks, especially with conferences coming up, because with student-led conferences, they're going to be able to show all of what they've been doing and how they're growing, and take responsibility for that learning. And then as well as that just ties so well with our school motto, or with our theme of grit, and teaching kids that you can do hard things, because they're going to be able to see the progression. Like at the beginning, I was a 1, but these are the things I did, and they're reflecting constantly about that and writing it down and showing that they can do those hard things.
This is a data sheet for what our scores are on math tests. And so these are just what you fill in your score for, because there's 3 2.5s, 2s, 1.5, and 1s. So if you got 2.5, you'd only color into here. And if you got 3, you'd color in all the way to the top. And this is checkpoint 1, the first test we did. And so I got 3, and so we would go, I did well with, and we put what we did well with, and then we put what we need to work on. And it just shows you what you got for your test. Doing data notebooks has helped me remind me of what I need to work on. Like during writing, I need to work on capitalization, because that's something I need to work on. So I put that on I need to work on, and I put I did well with and using correct spelling. And so I can just focus on those 2 things and then work on those 2. This is our iReady tracker, and it's used for, this is what we got on reading, and then this is the math one. And this is what I got, and this is what my goal is. And then my math one is around the 440 mark, and this is where I wanted my goal to be. This is gonna help me with trying to do better in it, and trying to push us more. And really, it wants you to make it back up there, wants you to be more motivated to make it to your goal.
All right, so what do you need to work on the next time you do a personal narrative? What's one thing that you could work on to help your story? Yeah. Do you know how you can find those periods? What could you do? What do good readers do when they
Go back and read.
Yeah, go back and read and listen for those stopping points? Well, a rock star writer right there. Great job. Thank you. All right.
We use a lot of Hattie's research in visible learning to figure out which goals we really needed to focus on. Here you can see the effect sizes behind what we are looking at with data notebooks and grit, as well as the district goal alignment. Our next goal was to implement data team meetings in Tier 2 and 3 interventions, maintaining the Tier 1 focus as well. The focus on this again came from some of Hattie's research, heavily being the effective use of RTI and collective teacher efficacy. That was important for us to focus on.
Okay, data team so far this year has really helped me because we were able to take running records in from our kids that are struggling and really analyze them and look at the MSV. And then, I can't think of what it was, but we got a sheet, like a cheat sheet. I'm going to call it a cheat sheet.
The strategic behavior checklist.
Yes, the strategic behaviors cheat sheet is much easier for me. So I could really look at what each student was doing and then compare it to that sheet and really find a good praise point and a good teaching point that I can use consistently until that is no longer a teaching point and it's their new praise point.
As a student teacher, data team really helped me better understand how to look for patterns and categorize errors using the MSV system.
Before data team meetings, when I did running records, I did them because I know I needed to and I was tracking the kids' progress, but I really just looked for, are they ready to move on to the next level or do I keep them where they're at? After data team meeting, I was able to really analyze the running records to find out what prompts I should be giving my students and how to really dig deeper into those to help them move on to the next levels.
It's also important to look at how we're going to measure these goals and measure ourselves. These goals will be measured using formative and summative data and tracking our MPI consistently. We're looking to close the gap of achievement with our low achieving learners through this process, as well as increase teacher capacity in data analysis and goal setting. Every student, every standard is our building-wide data collection piece. This is where all data is kept on students so we can see trends and see areas where students need to improve and where they have made growth. The instructional cycle and plan that you see here is something that we use during all of our collaborations, as well as shared plan time between teachers. Making sure they're all on the same page and using the same things is really important. Lastly, we want to talk about our action steps in order to accomplish these goals. The first one, we're going to incorporate grit in our talks in our morning meetings, daily conversations, social emotional learning, and focus that around goal setting as well. That's going to be very important for our students and teachers. The other thing we're going to do is every student will have their own data notebook, kindergarten through 4th grade, and that will focus on their grade level essential skills, as well as track their growth and progress on DRA and iReady. We will also have data team meetings. Those will be scheduled approximately every 6 weeks with the building instructional coach and title reading teacher. Teachers will bring their formative assessments and will learn how to analyze miscues, look for patterns in the problem-solving process of the students. Based on the data, the coach and reading teacher will help the teacher develop goals and prompting language for their students in both reading and math, and then track their progress in the following 6 weeks. This is proving to be successful so far.